Hello Internet, it's Zeg. We're back in Opus Magnum, being integrated into a new house apparently on the recommendation of a thief, so I'm sure this will go well. What are we up to? Lead separation. Oh, she knows alchemy. Alchemy is dangerous, but not in the way your mother thinks. I do agree. So we're still working on this lead shipment that we apparently got. Oh, okay, so we're separating a straight up just big chunk of lead with salt. And breaking it back down into lead and salt. Interesting, we've got one salt output for 3 salt atoms and 2 lead outputs for 4 lead atoms. And we still only have one type of unbonder. So what would be a smart way to do this? Well, considering this awkward ring structure, you might just want to pull the salt off first and then split the lead down. So if we grabbed it by, say, the center lead maybe, then we could pivot it through the unbonder twice to get one of the salts off, and then move it away before you pivot again. More like this. We'll make this a 2-step process. This seems logical. That's the wrong pivot. Or, you know, that's actually just sort of wrong in general. That's more like it. Grab, rotate. That's not the right time to be grabbing. So that might be better off being a triple. So instead of that, instead of the reset, we'll just drop and rotate again. It's not really fast enough, is it? No, that definitely, the grab definitely happens before the pivot. See, I would use the 6-arm, but oh no, actually I can use the 6-arm, can't I, if I put it like this. just have to make sure you're only grabbing the one singular atom. So we should just be able to do this 3 times, I think. Oh, no, yep. That's the wrong direction. If you're going to rotate it, you have to rotate with the motion of the other one. Like a cog. Okay. Stick this in so that I'm not looking at anything that's cycling too early. So maybe rotate leftwards at this point. That might collide. Because they either have to wait 1 cycle for that to go to the output, or try rotating leftwards. But I feel like it's probably not going to work. Not if you do it there, it's not. Yeah, that's... I might as well retract, because then I'm just getting out of the way sooner. And also resetting 1 towards the state that it has to be in to pick up the next item. So now can we just sort of like rotate and pull atoms off it as we go past, maybe? No, not that one. So, well, we can do it like this and just continue to rotate 1 around and pull off the other atoms, but if we want to do this faster, you want to put 1 on a track, so once it's rotated to here, we can start another arm doing that bit. We might be able to get away with a very small track, though. So instead of rotate there, you want to go plus rotate. And that'll open up the space to let the other arm come in. So which one of these would it be easier to pull off next? So if you pulled off this one, you'd be able to pick them both up with a too long arm, but the too long arm would be centered there, which doesn't really work with where this then has to go. Let's take that one and see where the other two end up. Okay, so they're down there now. So you're going to want the last D-Wander to go there. None of these atoms are really in line apart from those top two. Of course, I don't have to debond them in this order. I could do it in a different order. Which I might try. So what if we pull, say, the top one, then the bottom one, because then those can both get grabbed by an arm that's out of the way, I think. Because the arm center would be here. It's still going to have to be a big arm though. Oh, and that's not going to be able to rotate past that, I don't think. Well, let's try and see. So about there. No, one too early. No, it does collide. Circular motion on a hexagonal grid. I just move these both over one and wait until the plus happens to debond them. And then the rotate. Not quite. This one. That's too far apart. Wait. No. Yeah, that's too far apart. It would need to be a 4-long arm, which doesn't exist. So instead, I guess we'll just be pulling them off one by one, maybe? I do kind of just want to pull them off as fast as possible. Even if it means I have to have a whole mess of arms. I suppose I could rotate immediately at this point instead of plussing first. Would that help? Oh, yeah, that's why I was plussing first. Got to get out of the way of the next arm. Well, we'll go with this then. Wait, does that rotate past that? No. You need to go plus again first. Maybe even debond that one there. Yeah, that seems sort of useful. And that can just be an exit, the drop. Okay. So where can I fit arms to do all this moving? Probably fit one here and maybe here. Yeah. And then where was the last one? There. That's not very helpful. Wait, show me the area. Yeah, everything's covered now, isn't it? Probably gonna need like a piston arm. Wait, will it collide there? Not quite. Okay, so it's got drop, and then to get one back to where it starts, it's a plus plus rotate rotate. Or well, plus rotate rotate and then wait for 2. So now 2 is going to need just the same set of commands, except starting here. Yeah, and obviously we're going to need to repeat the free set, which is starting right there. Okay, now let's set up the outputs. So 4 is going to be here. Yeah. Rotate, rotate. And reset. 5 is going to be 1 after 4. It also needs 1 more rotation. And then 6 is going to need the B. Like 1 after that. Okay, now set up their repeats wherever that is in this chain after the first plus. Okay, and now I just need to finish up the cycle of the 2 arms. Which should happen plus 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 here. Does that make sense? "41 cycles." apparently pretty good. I'll take it. Extracting the essence of lead from ore. There's something no alchemist has had to do for centuries. I don't know why that would be. I guess because the lead is already refined usually when you start alchemy. Retracing the origins of alchemy. What's next? Yep, a whole ton of stuff. Stain remover. Now we're back to the old fantastic times. Glyph of purification transmutes 2 atoms of the same metal into a single atom of the next higher form. So it's a way to promote without quicksilver. Okay. Oh, and this is looking a slightly more complicated product than usual. Okay, well, it's symmetrical, so you just need to attach each end and then rotate it. So it shouldn't be too difficult. Let's go real high cost and just use 2 piston arms. And then from here we want to go 1 rotation to get it to 2 binders. No, not that kind. Probably this. Shift it up here. Bind it to the end of the 2 things which will already have been pre-binded to their other part. Well, let's space this out a little bit more then. That'll also give me a better chance of being able to rotate into the output. Oh, I might be able to do something real fancy with like a double-ended arm on a track and make like both halves of this at the same time. That would be pretty sweet. You'd have to come up diagonally. Well, no, there's not really any way to make it like that immediately, is there? Unless you realign this somehow. But that's not the right, it's not the right angle, is it? Because this is straight across. You could do it with this. That would actually work. Yeah, we'll try that. So we're obviously going to need probably 2 of these. We're going to want to put these the right way round. So if we imagine the rail is going to come up the middle here, Question is, do we want the rail to be able to get out of there? Or do I just send it back? Sending it back's not going to be as quick, but it still might be relatively quick. And also, where am I going to do this? So you think we do that, shove those in, and then the other arm does like a little rotation of some kind? Actually, I could just leave the calcification until like after I've rotated out, or the spin. I kind of want to put it straight into the output though. Well, we could actually, if we had it rotate this way to the output, no, to the calcification, and then put the output over here. Would that work? Because what I'm thinking is using a two-ended grabber there. Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see on that one, I think. So let's just start setting some of this going. Okay, and nope, one cycle later. And then you need the double pivot. Right, after the arm is out of the way. Or triple pivot. Oh, and I'm going to need a free long arm, aren't I? Naturally. And then just repeat all the four. Yeah, this is just going to be a big old average solution. Not anything particularly impressive going on here. And then about there, maybe. Possibly one sooner than that. nope. I was right the first time. So 2 more calcification up here. Yep. And then rotate to the exit. And then go through the hassle of changing 3 to a double-ended arm. Okay, rotate, release, and that'll be it. Then it will loop. Whoops. I think that should be it. I mean, I probably could have improved that a bit better by shifting some of the timing of the cycle around a little bit. But it's not bad. It is, as I said, kind of average. To be expected. We already had a good joke about becoming clothiers, so it was a joke. What a great location. Sword ally. Oh, we're getting back to serious time, are we? Okay, oh, it's another infinite. A cross-hatching of lead and tin. I mean, not lead. Iron and tin. Made of lead, naturally. And we're promoting again. Oh man, that's going to be a pain. Because that means, surely, you go lead to make 1 tin, do it again to make another tin, but then you combine those 2 to make an iron. And then you do it again. Luckily I can have multiple of these, so I can at least 2-step the process. Would it be better to have one of them with 2 inputs, or should I use one on each and then do a little track loop for arms to manufacture the tin as fast as possible? No, I think it probably would be better to do them both on one and have both of them have arm loops. So they just go round in a little circle on both sides. So we want 1 and 2 and 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's just set up this to go as fast as possible. And then just copy all that into the other one. I think I set them both to be plus inwards, right? Yeah. That might possibly be too fast for getting that output out of the way, but we'll see. So what would be a good way to get that output out of the way? We're trying to make a sort of a curve. But if I made actually this shape, but with the extra, so it was 4 tins like that, and then I ran these two over this, the question is, does it work if they're already bonded, and does the changing of the second atom break the bonds? Because if I can... oh no, it would, wouldn't it? Because it comes out here. Well, that still might work. If you then grab the 2 and then move it back down to rebond, using one of these, probably. That may be a bit complicated to get 4 atoms onto this layout quickly. Because I can always just use another rail to drag atoms off this fast, or something more complicated. So we only need this to loop twice, which means I really need 4 arms to make the timing easier on myself. So it doesn't appear until this 4th instruction. Oh, and I also need to put one further down, don't I? 6? I mean, that's going to be real expensive. Eight, 9, 10. Well, I can always double space them. That's fine, as long as there's an even number, that's all. Oh no, except I need to alternate which space I put them into, so I am still going to need 6. This is going to be a real mess of instructions. Okay. So plus 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 plus. So now instead of 8 dropping and then all of them moving again, it's going to be they'll all move, 9 will grab one, but then only after that will 8 drop its one and 9 will drop its one at the same time. Oh no, there's one extra cycle. It's got to shift all of this 1 square further across, and then 1 square further across for all of these, except those can probably stay there. Yeah, that does technically work. And actually thinking about it, I won't even need that many arms, will I? Because there'll be a huge pause while I'm assembling the 2 other parts onto it. I might be able to get away with only 2 arms on a short loop. Oh, what? Wait, why? Oh, it's because I don't have a timing edit on there, do I? Because these are going to need to repeat. Wait, no. After a gap? Okay, can we then put that onto this? Where would be an appropriate place to do that? Do it facing the exact wrong direction? I mean, you could. Diagonally downwards might be better. Can I easily get that across there? Because that one will just go across, but this one... no, there's no easy way to rotate that, is there? So we could grab, rotate, and then slide to get there. That would let me sneak the other arm in here. And then this side would have some kind of slide too long arm that would shove it into there. Then it would rotate outwards and then attach it to the rest of the stuff. That's going to collide though, isn't it? Might need to do 9 first. Rotate and reset. And then you guys need to just shift up to here. Oh, and the timing gap needs to be different. Let's get rid of these repeats and then we'll deal with that by just putting the instructions in manually. Oh, I see what's happening. Because you can see where it goes, it puts them on, the cycle it drops them, the thing spawns, but then in this one, because it's only able to pick it up after it's spawned, these two can't transform immediately, so there's always a pause after the first cycle. So do I just need to account for that in the loop? I don't think there's any way around it. Apart from using the two lead inputs to only individually onto one of these. But I don't think that will be faster than introducing the pause. So let's just take all of these and shift them slightly. Should be like this, I think. And then obviously all this stuff needs to move on to the side as well. Okay, yep. So now I should actually be able to use repeats and it'll come out correctly, providing I leave the correct gap, which should be one extra like this, I think. Yeah. Okay, and then ding 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 ding. I'm making a problem for myself again, aren't I? Because I'm doing a free cycle here when I'm making 4 atoms, and that's just foolish. A foolish endeavour. Let's upgrade these to 4 arms each. So 4, 5, 6, and then promote 11 up to 7. One, 2, 3, and promote 12 up to 4. So that drop goes here, that goes there, and this one goes here. Yeah, that will probably be better. Okay. Wait, no, what am I doing? This does actually need to be at this end. But if I space it correctly, it will loop better. Okay, so we've got when that appears, grab it, rotate it. Wait, that's probably one cycle too early, isn't it? Yep. Grab it, rotate it. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot. I meant to have 11 on a track. rotate plus reset. Then we go with an arm that's out here on a one space track. Not sure exactly when I can do this. Must be about 9, 10, about here. That's too early again, isn't it? It's not actually going to grab that because it hasn't fully appeared. Yep. Okay, so bond and then rotate and then output. Unfortunately, I've built this at the wrong angle, really, haven't I? Because I'm going to have to do 2 rotates to actually get it aligned with this. Because unfortunately with these you can't rotate these, the infinite outputs. Could I just like select all of this and just rotate it? Maybe? I assume that all still works, right? I rotated it the wrong way, but it does work. So it should be like this. Rotate 13. No, wait, no, I forgot to drop. Where did I forget to drop? 12 forgot to drop. Actually reset. And I have to finish the 9-10 loop as well at some point. What would be the best way to go about binding this together? Well, another glyph of binding would make sense. And then just piston it forward, so we'll need to change 13 for a piston. Okay, let's fix up 9 and 10's track, because that's way too long. Might not even need to be that long, could only be 3 possibly. Oh, no, wait. Of course, it does actually need to go down there. So what does 9 and 10 need to do? They need to go plus, plus, plus. 3 more each. And then 13 rotates. Hopefully that won't obstruct itself on the next part. Well, it probably will, won't it? May have to rotate and then plus and then extend. We'll see. Extend and reset. Right, get rid of that. Yeah. And I'm also obstructing my own output with the end of the glyph. I might actually want to rotate this even further. I thought I didn't want to, but I guess I actually do. Except I guess I can't really rotate it anymore, can I? It's either that or we just put two in diagonals. Still need to fix its rotation, but we'll deal with that in a sec. So maybe instead of rotate immediately, we retract and then rotate. Not quite. No, you'd need to extend twice if you were going to do that. Okay. That's not at all the right bond direction. Did I get that right? Yeah. And then this one goes here. It's still really inconvenient. Is that actually any different to using the triple bond? Well, I guess it's not, is it? Because of the angles. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's like alright, not the greatest. Probably some optimization that I could do on that. Not that you're very far off. Oh, right. Well, that's the end of this episode, I guess. We've got another 3 puzzles done. And I'm guessing there may be 5 more, but it's... Well, no, there'll be a story thing at the end for sure, but there may only be 3 more. Because I'm thinking maybe 2 story things. So that'll be for the next episode, with any luck, unless those puzzles turn out to be significantly more difficult. Yes, and with that, we'll put the social stuff on the screen. happysalad.net is our website, where we have our podcast, and information about the podcast being posted is also posted on facebook.com/happysaladnet and the Twitter @saladcast. And that is all for this video. I'll see you next time.